എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. പറക്കൻ ചാനലിലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. നമുക്കെല്ലാം അറിയാവുന്നതുപോലെ വളരെ അടിയന്തരമായ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിലൂടെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യം ഈ ലോകം തന്നെയും ഇന്ന് കടന്നുപോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. COVID-19 എന്ന കുഞ്ഞൻ വൈറസ് ചെറുതായൊന്നുമല്ല നമ്മളെ വട്ടം കറക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒന്നോർത്താൽ ഇതുമൂലമുണ്ടാകുന്ന നഷ്ടം ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആർക്കാണ്? കുട്ടികൾക്ക് തന്നെയാണ്, ഒരു സംശയവുമില്ല. സ്കൂളിൽ പോകുമ്പോഴും കൂട്ടുകാരോടൊത്തും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അധ്യാപകരോടൊത്തും അടുത്തിടപഴകുമ്പോഴും അവർക്ക് കിട്ടുന്ന അനുഭവങ്ങളും സന്തോഷങ്ങളും അല്ലേ നഷ്ടമായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിന്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ലക്ഷ്യം തന്നെ വ്യക്തിത്വ വികാസമാണ്. അതിന്റെ ഒരു പരിധി വരെ അവർക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നതാകട്ടെ സ്കൂളിൽ പോയി പല ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നും വരുന്ന പല സംസ്കാരമുള്ള കുട്ടികളോട് അടുത്തിടപഴകുമ്പോഴും. ഇപ്പോൾ അതിനുള്ള സാഹചര്യമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ആ പ്രതിസന്ധിയെ മറികടക്കേണ്ടത്? അങ്ങനെ ആലോചിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇന്നുള്ള ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് സംവിധാനങ്ങളെ ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തേണ്ട ഏറ്റവും പ്രാധാന്യമുള്ള ഒരു സാഹചര്യമല്ലേ ഇപ്പോൾ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂൾ AJ ജോൺ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഹയർ സെക്കൻഡറി സ്കൂൾ അവിടുത്തെ 5 മുതൽ 12ാം ക്ലാസ് വരെയുള്ള കുട്ടികളുടെ വ്യക്തിത്വ വികസനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി ആവിഷ്കരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പദ്ധതിയാണ് ടീം ഫോക്കസ്. ടീം ഫോക്കസിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വിർച്വൽ ഡിസ്കഷനാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. സ്കൂളിലെ 5 മുതൽ 12ാം ക്ലാസ് വരെയുള്ള കുട്ടികളായിരിക്കും ഈ ഡിസ്കഷനിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുക. എല്ലാവരും ഇത് ആസ്വദിക്കുമെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. ഏവർക്കും ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഡിസ്കഷനിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം.
Good evening all. Hearty welcome to our virtual group discussion. Myself, Anika and Nath. The COVID-19 pandemic is considered as the most crucial global health calamity and the greatest challenge that the humankind faced since the Second World War. In December 2019, a new infectious respiratory disease emerged in Wuhan, Hubei province, China, and was named by the World Health Organization as COVID-19. It has rapidly spread around the world, posing enormous health, economic, and social challenges to the entire human population. The outbreak of coronavirus is severely disrupting the economy. The COVID-19 outbreak is considered as the most crucial global health crisis and has had a great impact on the way we perceive our world and our everyday lives. The COVID has affected every areas of life, but at the same time, it has taught us a new lesson that can be adopted for our bright future. Once again, I welcome all the participants to our virtual group discussion. Shall we go to their homes and find out what they want to say in this COVID era? Let's go.
Friends, I'm Amina. I want to share the impact of COVID in the field of education. I have been in front of my phone for the last 10 months. Definitely, COVID has created a revolutionary change in our education. E-learning appears to be a viable solution in this period as it minimizes the chances of students getting infected with this COVID-19 virus. Digital learning has many advantages, like you need zero physical boundaries, and also the learning experience is actually way better than the traditional educational method. Also, world-class educational opportunity can be provided to each and every child, and that is the best thing about e-learning. Even though having this many beautiful advantages, it does have some ugly inconveniences or disadvantages too. Like students can get distracted by their consoles or social media. Also, school is opening to them a new society, and if you don't go to school, you sit at your home, the sense of community, or as in you're a part of the whole world, it gets lost somewhere in the path. And getting children to feel like you are a part of something really big, through online, it's nearly impossible, and that's extremely saddening. Some streams they cannot be done online. They need more practical sessions than theory, and those times where they need practical sessions where they need to go to lab or something, which is impossible because online studies cannot provide a lab. You will have to do it in the old traditional method. And face to face interaction is considered as the best form of communication. It also helps children to understand better. Even though we have Google Meet and Zoom, they cannot provide the presence of that person, the vibe, the aura of that person, and that's why they're not really the same. They don't bring the same effect which can be brought if you are in a classroom with your teacher like the traditional method. But all I want to say it, not any of these, but I really miss my school, I really miss my friends, my teachers, and that school ambience which cannot be replaced by anything. And I'm eagerly waiting to get back to school, and I know it's going to be really wonderful after all this COVID pandemic and everything is going to end, which let's hope will soon end. With that being said, thank you.
Hi, I'm Devananda. Actually, I want to share the impact of COVID in the field of agriculture. As we all know, this pandemic created a worst time in our life period. We all experienced a life which we haven't experienced yet. But by one way or other way, it has created a merit in our society. That is a change in our agricultural sector. We all know that we are depending on our neighborhood countries and states for our major need, food. But by this lockdown, all sort of exporting and importing were restricted. And here comes the major need of agriculture. People who told that I'm busy, I'm not having enough time and all, started their own agriculturing. They started cultivation like terrace farming, vertical farming, etc. And I also started a small kitchen garden in my home from where I get some fresh vegetables. And some of my friends also started it. And next comes the role of non-vegetarian in our life. Non-veg is a part of our routine, right? But in this lockdown, we were not getting enough fish. And if we were getting also, it was containing poisons and chemicals. So some of the people started pisciculture. So a variety of changes happened in our agricultural sector. So we can say that such a great disaster is a stepping stone for us to get poison-free food. And if you haven't started a small kitchen garden yet in your home, go start it and eat fresh food. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm very glad to introduce myself in front of you and thanks for giving me this opportunity. Well, I'm Sana Fatima and I'm on 10th grade. So that's all about me. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you. So let's check out what COVID taught us. Man is a social animal. We all want to mingle with others and most of the time it brings real happiness in our life. Our celebrations go beyond the limit sometimes and we spend a huge amount of money for religious celebrations as well as family functions. Marriages, birthday parties, everything nowadays we celebrate in a very luxurious way as we all know that in our country the economic gap between the rich and the poor is widening day by day. Many people try to imitate the rich people even though they are not at all economically stable and at the end falls into great debts and sometimes commit suicide. Another fact is that most of the functions we leave a huge amount of food as waste and on the other side poor people in our country are suffering hard to get food once in a day. This is a cruel reality. We also spend a huge amount of money for religious celebrations and most of the time it harms our nature. But the corona has forced to stop all this and now we learn to celebrate everything in a very mediocre way. If the corona has not come, it is very impossible to believe that we can conduct a marriage function with 50 people or a religious ceremony with minimum celebrations. And we need celebrations, we need festivals, we need rituals, we need social gathering, we need family functions, but we should take a decision that there should be a limit for everything. The rich should respect the feelings of the poor should have the determination not to imitate the rich. The coronavirus had made both the rich and the poor equal at least in the social gatherings and function in this pandemic period. Lots of things to share with you but due to time constraints I am going to stop here. Thank you for your valued time.
Hello, I am Meera. I am studying in 10th. COVID-19 cases are increasing day by day and it affects majority of the people very badly. Due to the lockdown, people are in financial crisis. But I think that this period has a positive side too. Now I am thinking about how this crucial period affects family life. Due to the novel coronavirus, we all are at our homes with our family members. In my opinion, this period has taught us some values. As the schools, other institutions have been closed, we are spending our time with our family members and making our relation closer. I think that it gives the children an opportunity to realize the pleasure when we are with our grandparents, parents, etc. The relation with children and elderly has increased. I think that this period helps to make an unbeatable tie with our family members. Before the arrival of COVID, people didn't spend their time for family relationship. They was interested in going to work and making money. But now they understood that the busy life was just a fabricated one. In my opinion, COVID-19 forced every one of us to revisit family relationship and to extend support and affection particularly to the elderly. But now the reports of domestic violence are increasing. This is opposite to what is needed. I think that the existing laws should be strictly enforced due to this improper behavior towards children, women and elderly. The most of the families in our society are nuclear. The children and older people in the nuclear family will be feeling loneliness, anxiety, morality, etc. during this period due to social isolation and confinement. As we all know, the best we can do during this period is to stay home, stay safe. Say thanks to doctors, nurses and all workers who work selflessly for our safety. Thank you.
Hello dear friends, I am Shani. I am here in front of you to share some of my viewpoints on COVID. I know that all of you are in your comfort zones. This lockdown period is new for all of us, right? We are all passing through a different time which we haven't experienced yet. Lockdown made us to stay in our homes, not to go for gatherings and for functions and all. The economy of our country are also affected by this. The small traders and businessmen are also affected. And when we are thinking about the daily age workers who are earning on per day basis are also affected as they can't find any other source of money. Many other people lost their jobs. As a result, the number of people who are unemployed are rising day by day. All these problems increase the tension in many. As a result, the number of the suicidal attempts are also increasing. But so many others are also finding their own way. So that shows the willpower of human beings. Earlier, we had no time for all those things, but now we are having time. Parents are spending more time with their children. Anyway, all the challenges are there, not to break us. Instead, they are here to make us realize about our strengths. So, try to realize your strengths. So, pray for the whole health department and for those who are suffering from this. Thank you.
Hello friends, I am Parvati. COVID-19 pandemic still stands as a challenge before human life. The role of science is so effective and useful in our battle against this pandemic. As we all know, under the leadership of World Health Organization, many scientists across the globe are trying their best to find a vaccine. They found the virus. They taught us how to save our life by providing us a health protocol. Technological advancement has helped us a lot during this lockdown period. Our life is still going smooth up to a limited extent because of technology. We, the students, are not able to go to our class or meet our friends and teachers. But we try to recreate our class through online platforms like Google Meet and Zoom. Many people started their own YouTube channels. It is an earning method. People started farming and working at home during this lockdown period. Also, online shopping and online banking became prevalent. Corona gave us an opportunity to try these things. It made our lives advanced 5 years at least. However, we need to admit that scientists find it difficult to answer many questions. Even the vaccines are in processing stage. The virus spreads faster than the experiments. Millions lost their lives even though it is a minor virus. So I would like to ask, what would be the condition of human life if it was more dangerous. We need to admit that even science cannot make immediate solutions for problems like corona. However, we should never forget that science and technology are the key drivers to development. We cannot continue our life without depending on science. Thank you.
Good evening, my dear friends. I am Parvati. COVID has affected all the areas of human life, even though the life is standstill. I want to mention some of the positive things that happened in our nature. During lockdown, all the people were not allowed to go out. Factories were closed. Vehicles, journeys, everything has stopped. We were all in great misery, tension and troubled. But at that time, some positive things also happened. Be the students, governments, various agencies always cry for our nature, try to aware people not to destroy our beautiful earth. But most of the time, our efforts are in vain. Nothing happened. Our nature is very badly polluted. But corona and lockdown have brought a surprising change in nature. Some of the impossible things most people believe became possible. Nature regained its beauty. We saw many pictures and videos that are the animals in the roads. The badly polluted rivers regained its purity. Dolphins were dancing there. Air pollution in great cities like Delhi had a tremendous decrease. So what Corona has taught me is that if you have determination, we could easily regain our planet's beauty. A virus called COVID-19 proved that we have not lost the beauty of our nature. Thank you.
Dear friends, I'm Shreya S. COVID-19 becomes part of our life. We, in every moment, think of this coronavirus now. Actually, I want to mention the changes it has created in our health assumptions. People are in real agony and everyone prays that sooner we will get a vaccine to survive from it. In every calamity, we give our first priority to our life. All the other things, our health, status, etc. come secondary. So here, health department has given many health protocols to stay away from COVID-19. The richest countries like USA, Italy, England all miserably failed before corona. Developing countries like India, Brazil still fighting to survive. Even our own state Kerala is struggling now. We realize that nothing can save us till an effective vaccine comes. Once we understand no vaccine to help us, one of the positive things I noticed is we started thinking of improving our own immunity. The government forces strictly to follow the COVID protocol along with increasing our own immunity. Usually, we depend on medicines for even a mild illness, but coronavirus made us afraid to go to hospitals for mild diseases. In order to improve our own immunity, we started including vitamin C, fiber, vegetables, fruits, etc. in our food menu, and we try our maximum to avoid food products and vegetables from market and learn to use what we have at our home. Junk foods and frequent visits to restaurants and bakeries have also been avoided. Now, we rarely see people spitting on roads, coughing carelessly, or picking up their nose in public, and such bad habits disappear at least from the public places. I think all these are good habits that we should follow in our future too. Think about our personal hygiene and immunity as well as social hygiene. I think many of the COVID protocols, if we continue to follow after the COVID also, that will definitely help us to improve our health culture. So, COVID has taught us how to live hygienically, both individually and socially, and we should practice this in our future so we can bring revolutionary changes in our health history. Thank you.
From the discussion, we can easily arrive at a conclusion that this pandemic has brought many positive changes in our life, though negatives are many. I think it was a fruitful, productive and creative discussion, and also all the participants successfully presented what they want to say. I congratulate all the participants for such a wonderful presentation. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all our teachers, parents, students and our well-wishers for spending your valuable time with us. Till we meet with our next program, stay tuned, and this is me, Anika, signing off from Parakam YouTube channel. Thank you.